What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Fallout 4. In the last episode, well, we dealt with the fallout of Sean's passing and started to assume some of our role as head of the Institute. And as you can see, now that we are here in Diamond City, oh my goodness, some things certainly have changed. We got Institute flags flying, which is a bit strange. Let's take a look. What's going on, lady?
Selling papers is busy work, lady.
Can I get something from you?
Public is here to pull the wool out from under your eyes.
Oh yeah? Fear the Future? Let's take a look. Fear the Future by Piper Wright. We've also come to it at one point or another, no matter how brave or how strong we actually are, the people of the Commonwealth have known fear ever since the Broken Mass incident of 2229 right here in Diamond City. When the first human-looking synth infiltrated and attacked a group of innocent settlers, we have lain awake in bed at night, terrified of the Institute and everything it represents. Long have we dreaded the possibilities. Will someone I know be taken, snatched in the night for who knows what reason? Will one of my loved ones suddenly turn on me because they are in fact a synth replacement? Or will the boogeyman finally step out of the closet and devour all who stand in its way? We, the people of the Commonwealth, remember the past. We live in terror in the present, but must we also fear the future? In an almost unthinkable series of recent events, the Institute has destroyed anyone in the Commonwealth who could conceivably stop them, including long-term player the Railroad, as well as the newly arrived Brotherhood of Steel. What's more, the shadowy, sinister organization has completed work on an advanced nuclear reactor that will provide them with nearly unlimited power for the foreseeable future. This surely means greater underground expansion, as well increased range of their teleporter technology, which until recently has been a closely guarded secret. So what exactly does this mean for the Commonwealth going forward? Nothing good seems to be the consensus. In fact, some people assume the worst. But isn't it possible these fears are unfounded? The Railroad may have opposed the Institute, but they also defended all synths, even those who would potentially infiltrate human society. And the Brotherhood's mighty airship may now lie a smoldering wreck, but was the Neo-Knightly Order really interested in the Commonwealth's best interests anyway? Perhaps the most compelling reason not to give up hope just yet is the fact that, if my sources are correct, and I know they are, the Institute is now under the direct influence of someone many of us have already met, the Vault Dweller, that lonely figure who came into our settlement searching for a missing child and clearly found something else entirely. And maybe, just maybe, the Institute is all the better for it. So be wary as we go into a new tomorrow, my friends, but stay strong, and always, always remember that humanity lives and dies on the surface. Humanity is the Commonwealth, and maybe, just maybe, the Institute can be a part of that now. Very inspiring words, Piper. Never thought you were going to actually go there, but that's very interesting. Oh yeah, there are just synths straight up walking around. Hi, dude.
These synths just showed up. Not doing anything wrong. We're not sure what to do.
Huh. Okay. I guess we're just dealing with it. Hello?
Hello, Mother. We are here to make the Institute's presence known to the surface. The Institute is now the undisputed authority in the Commonwealth. Have a nice day.
You too. All right. I'm guessing everybody's just okay with this then? It's totally all right. What do you think?
You? I don't know you. Just keep your distance.
Why?
Because I don't know you, and I will not serve a synth pretending to be human. So are you human?
Human as the day I was born.
Well, you do look human enough, but I'll be watching you. I have eyes like well, those good eyes. Got it? All right. We can do business, but no funny stuff.
I don't know what you're so paranoid about, but there's synths just walking around.
Sure. Here's what we got.
Let me take a look and see what you have. Okay, so you have not really anything actually all that useful to me, although I am going to pawn off a few of my chems just so I can get a little bit more money, especially because I'm going to need that if I'm going to buy myself the house that is available in this area.
When I seen that airship fall out of the sky. I wonder if anyone survived.
I seriously doubt they did. Okay, well, we do need to go talk to Mayor McDonough, and I guess I can go inquire about that house while I'm up there, so we'll talk to Geneva when we're in that area. Are there any synths hanging out around up here in the upper stands? I would be very surprised if they are. It doesn't look like it. Okay. I think it's funny that they're just Gen 1s, no Gen 2s or 3s. Very, very strange. All right. Up we go. Let's go say hello. And get both of these things done. And then I can also return back to the Institute. And then we can talk about that quest once we get back there as well. I mean, like I said, I also do need to go talk to Virgil. I need to upgrade my house and all that. There's a whole bunch of things that need to be done, and we're going to get most of that done today. And also see if I can get X6 to the next affinity rank as well.
Housing permit? Looking for a job?
I need a housing permit.
Let's hear about the permit.
We have one home available. It's in the center of town, right near the market. You can do whatever you like with the interior, and all the tools you need to make your own furnishings are provided at no extra charge.
2,000. That's more than affordable.
I'll take it.
Here's the key. Let me be the first to welcome you as a resident of the Great Green Jewel.
Thanks, Geneva. Okay, sounds like we're gonna have to go and visit our home.
The battle between the Brotherhood and the Institute? The one at Bunker Hill? A bunch of people got killed or something. Total bloodbath.
Mostly them as well as railroad people.
I
Hi.
have somewhere to be. Sorry.
No, you want to talk to
Mayor
me.
McDonough.
Ah, the courier. I hope your journey here was uneventful.
I take it your next report's ready.
Quite right. On to the business at hand, then. There's a farm out there, run entirely by ghouls, if you can believe it. They might be a problem in the future. I ran on a campaign of strict, no ghouls allowed politics. When you build up a scapegoat, you need them to remain distant and scary. But ghoul settlements breed ghoul sympathizers. Let our mutual friends know we might need to give them a reason to be less friendly. As usual, the rest is contained within this report. Remember, don't let anyone see this but Mr. Ayo.
Okay, got it.
I know how to do my job.
Of course, I'm sure that you do. I'll let you see yourself out. Do travel safely.
Awesome. Real quick, do you happen to have a terminal back here that I can break into really quickly, just to do stuff? There's got to be one sitting around here somewhere. Why is there a knocked over colonial soldier? Very strange. What are these statues doing here? This is all very, very weird. There's no terminal whatsoever, nothing at all. I would highly expect you to have one as mayor of Diamond City. Well, I guess it's just this one. Can I I am hidden. Maybe I can get away with this. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for it. I probably won't. Wait, Crass. Let's see. Probably not that one. Could be added. There we go. Appointments. Nothing really here that I care about. House foreclosure. That the man living in the mostly abandoned West Ends has left Diamond City and will not be returning. Please go through the usual foreclosure. Oh, I'm guessing that's Kellogg? Cool. Well, I'm going to disengage that lock, and then I'm going to do that. X6 did like that. Okay. Ooh, Kellogg's house key. Well, that's cool. I don't know if there's anything in there I actually need, but what is this? Just a laser rifle. Okay. Well, got what I wanted. I'm happy with that. Satisfied with that.
What the heck was that Institute guy talking about? The above world will cease to exist? I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, that is a little bit scary to you, isn't it? I mean, it's even a little bit scary to me. Like, I think if I can say one thing about Nora and her motivations, it's that no matter how much she wants to live on in the name of her son, no matter how much she wants to carry on his legacy, because that's obviously the whole reason behind everything that she's doing now. It's like, okay, well, she's taken over the Institute. It's at least in the name of whatever family she had left now that he's gone. Even with all of that in mind, it's not like she totally hates the Commonwealth and resents it and wants to stand her ground and cooped up forever. That would be ridiculous unless, she was born that way, living in that and indoctrinated that way, which she's not. She's not. She's obviously used to the outside to an extent. I mean, with how much she fought to get stronger out here and how much she worked towards getting to Sean, it makes sense naturally that she would be a little bit more accustomed to it than everyone else inside the Institute would be. But all right, let's head on inside our house home plate and take a look. And there we go. Visit our home in Diamond City. And as you can see, there is not a lot going on in here. Now, there are a bunch of things that we can break down, which is very nice for materials and whatnot. In fact, I am pretty much going to clear this entire place out as I go through it, just because I don't really need any of these things. Not to mention, it's going to put all of my stuff in a nice, handy little spot. I think what I'll do is I'll only leave up the concrete bricks, if possible. Not the Nuka-Cola, because you can't dismantle those. Same with Dandy Boy apples. We'll just kind of stuff all these away. You get some ammo with it, too, which is nice. And I can definitely use this wood for various things. Just break down each of these things as I go. And I think once I have done that, I'm actually going to get to work on this a little bit. But I'm obviously not going to show too much of it. But I also do need to move some things in here as well. So I'm definitely going to do that. Let's get rid of that cart. I mean, I do like that it's just like, well, they were clearly working on something here, and then it just kind of never came to be. which is sort of unfortunate. But you do, of course, get that power armor station outside, although not my favorite place to have it. The main reason that exists actually is because once you buy home plate, you then have access or an option to buy a power armor frame from Myrna, and that is where it's going to appear. So that is the main reason for that. Okay, so everything is pretty much connected on this major power grid. What is our limit in here? Does it even say? It doesn't. Okay, I'm pretty sure we have unlimited power in here. We can hook up as many things as we want, and it's all going to work as long as we have our conduits and wires assessed properly. So this isn't going to be a big deal. I'm just going to need to work on kind of putting everything in place, which, I mean, do I even look at how much I have? Probably not a lot. Let me take that. Do I have any more ammo? Sure. Take those. Got some aid here that I can grab as well. I'll leave the rest. And a few weapons as well. A few grenades, things of that. Mostly mines. I'll take the Molotov cocktail. All right, cool. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go trade all my chems for the rest of these shipments outside. Instead, I think that's probably a better idea than trying to move all my stuff from Hangman's Alley. Like I said, I could set up a supply line. It'd probably be a little bit easier, but this is more or less going to just get the job done.
Every piece in here is worth what I
Yeah,
paid.
sure. Let me barter with you really quickly. So you have on you, let's go through your shipments real fast, a whole bunch of stuff. So if I go adhesive, what happens if I go through all these? So that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff, probably more than I can absolutely afford, but how much can I offset this by? Probably not as much as I would like to, but definitely a lot. Okay, definitely not as much as I would like to. So I'm going to have to get a little bit more clever about this, especially because I don't have as much stuff to go around. So hang tight. Okay, well, I somehow managed to put all of this together using just the junk that I bought from Myrna and also Arturo, he had a couple of things as well, mostly shipments that I could also get, and managed to get all my workbenches put in here, place to put some power armor. It's something. It's not a ton yet. I also replaced and updated a few of the things as well, although I didn't put really any lighting up here. I should probably get on that, but I'm kind of running low on glass and copper. In fact, if I go into my lights here really quickly, how much do I got left? Okay, I got a little bit. Not a crazy amount I can use, but it's definitely better than nothing. I don't know if my things are going to reach high enough. Oh, they are. Okay, good. They are high enough that I can at least do that. And then let's see. I can put another one probably about there. Can I put one this high, though? This might be pushing it. No, I can. Wow. Okay, so at least I got this whole upper area lit. I've also put up the most important poster in the entire game, Mr. Pebbles, which I can activate at any time. And yeah, this is a nice little base of operations for now. It can obviously use some upgrades a little bit later, but it's at least something that we can use. And what's more, you can actually see that we can go up onto the roof as well. I should probably show this off really quickly. I should also clarify, I was wrong. You can't actually make supply lines to home plate, so oopsie, that's my bad for making that assumption. I should have known better. It's not actually a settlement, it's a player home. There is a difference. I do like how much space you're given up here on top, though. So this is where, obviously, your dog would go if you have one. You got a grill, patio chair. This is all pretty nice, and not to mention it is pretty easy to parkour across the roofs and get down here if need be. But all right, managed to put all of that together, which I am more than happy about. I am also very low on caps, but that's okay. It's not going to bother me too much. I can obviously go get more caps if need be. Let's head back to the Institute. Okay, I need to go turn all these things in, although it looks like it's late enough that everybody should be mostly out and about at the moment, so this is going to actually work out for me perfectly. But while I'm doing this and turning all these things in, I think now is the time to talk about this quest, this last quest that I've been trying to get to activate that just isn't working. And this is why I want to talk to Justin Ayo first before I do it. So
I have another report from the mayor.
Good. I'll take that from you. I'll let you know when I need you to pick up the next report. That's all for now.
Sure.
Aren't you going to offer me something in exchange for my help?
This again. Here. I won't pretend to approve of this, but as I said before, I'm willing to pay if it means getting the job done. Anyway, like I said, I'll let you know when the next report's ready to be picked up.
I was kind of hoping I could ask for more than that, but okay. yeah, so Justin Ayo, he is important to this last quest, but there's a bit of a problem, and it's a very weird and arbitrary problem.
What is it?
Have you noticed any suspicious activity lately? Synths operating outside
Anyway,
protocols. Maybe
yeah, very strange and arbitrary issue that is really, really dumb. So there is a quest that you can get with the Institute that pretty much seems unrelated to any other faction, and it has to do with the Synth Retention Bureau and Justin Ayo. But the problem is that this quest does not activate under any circumstances if you have ever completed the quest Tradecraft. If you don't know what the quest Tradecraft is, I did it in the intro to this Let's Play, but it is the quest that you have to do to get accepted into the railroad. It's the one where you have to go with Deacon back to the railroad's old hideout, clear it out of synths, and take everything out in the process, and then, of course, get yourself that the Deliverer pistol, as well as the schematics that were left in there, and yeah, pretty much just prove to the railroad that you're worthy of joining them. And yeah, so even interacting with the railroad beyond, you know, that first bit of dialogue you get with them locks you out of this, which is stupid because, like I said, this quest really doesn't have a whole lot to do with the railroad to a significant degree. So it's very, very strange. So what's going to happen is I'm going to activate this quest anyway. There is a way of doing so with console commands, but it is going to have us miss out on a little bit of dialogue as a result, and I'll explain how all that works here in just a second. But first, let's go turn this in.
Once you've acclimated to your new role,
this is really awkward.
Discuss policy updates.
All right, you done
I've got
pooping?
another set of blueprints for you.
Great. Can't wait to get a look at them. I guess you took a pretty big risk to bring me these. I hope I wasn't asking too much of you.
It was a cakewalk. No problem at all.
I'm glad to hear it. If you come across any more of these blueprints, let me know. In the meantime, I'll see what I can learn from them.
Isn't it funny that you have to pass a speech check every single time with all these quests just to get some money? I do like that one gives you a significant amount of experience, though, and the one that Justin Ayo barely gives you any experience at all. But yeah, so this quest, it is called Plugging a Leak, and it originally is supposed to start, again, barring any interaction with the railroad whatsoever. You cannot have conversed with them beyond just meeting them. If you join them in any major way whatsoever, it will automatically prevent you from being able to start this. But what happens is as you're walking around the Institute, any random synth can give you this quest after you have had the meeting with the board of directors, the one where Sean basically says, hey, I'm naming my mother as my successor. Once that is done, a synth will then go, hey, Dr. Ayo is looking for you, and then you have to go and look for him. This will then trigger a chain of events where he is going to say that he has suspicions that something is going wrong with the synths, that they are starting to disappear, and he has his suspicions of Alan Benet, who is part of the robotics division, which, well, he's actually who I'm going to go talk to in here. Now, I'm going to activate this quest right now through console commands before I talk to Mr. Benet. And there we go. Investigate the robotics terminals. Plugging a leak has been started. This is the first technical step of the quest, but this skips all of that previous stuff I just talked about. So nothing to do with talking to a synth, nothing to do with talking to Justin Ayo. It just takes you right to this step. So first, let's talk to Alan Benet.
Hi, Doc.
Our synths are truly remarkable. Every day they manage to surprise me. Now, what can I do for you?
You can be honest.
Justin Ayo thinks you're helping synths escape. I need to know the truth.
I see. The man does not lack the tenacity. He is, however, completely wrong about me. Ayo and his coarser goons have already scoured my laboratory for evidence. Feel free to do the same if you think you must. If there's something specific you want to ask me, then get on with it.
Okay, he denies it. No questions.
We're done.
Very well.
Now, I want to also turn in the other thing, if it's going to let me. It doesn't look like it's going to let me, so okay. Let's take a look at the terminals really quickly here. So, production schedule, nothing here. Plan system upgrades, current projects, upcoming projects, nothing here as well. Access logs, nothing at all. Project updates, bunch of stuff in here, but it doesn't really seem like there is anything that's going to help me in the slightest. So I'm going to, well, first of all, I'm going to set that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, let me try this one. Is this one any different from the other terminal? I don't think it is. Oh, it is. Okay, maintenance requests. Bunch of stuff in here. Surface work crew tracking, raider attack, units abducted, etc., etc. Access logs. Oh, hold on a second. A begin review process. Benet. Remote Benet quarters. Login redacted. Error record deleted. Okay, that is interesting. Alan Benet seems to sign in under his name every single time, but he doesn't seem... I don't know why he would hide it. That's very strange. So we're going to go and take a look in his area. So luckily, we're actually going to have a thing that takes us that way. So let's get a move on. And it's actually up in here above the medical area, which I think is kind of interesting. That's okay. That's fine. And I very specifically wanted to take care of political leanings before I did this, because doing this quest, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Hi.
Every day, Liam finds some new way to impress us. He's incredibly bright for his age.
Eve, huh?
As the Institute's first personal synth, I try to set a good example.
A personal synth, you say? I love that I can flirt with her.
I think that's admirable.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear you say so. It was a real pleasure to meet you. I'm sure you're still taking everything in, so I'll let you get back to that.
And real quick, just for the sake of science, I have to see what the flirt option does, so let me reset her dialogue really quickly.
First personal synth.
If all personal synths are as good looking as you, I should get one for myself.
Why, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I don't know that I can be of much help with that, but the compliment has certainly made my day. It was a real pleasure to meet you. I'm sure you're still taking everything in, so I'll let you get back to that.
Okay, that was actually a lot creepier than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting there to be something funny about that, but no, that just actually made me incredibly uncomfortable. Not to mention, Eve's face is, let's just say, interesting. Hi, Liam.
You're that new guy, the one from the vault. What are you doing here?
New guy.
I'm investigating synth escapes.
I already told Justin Ayo that my dad has nothing to do with that. I guess he didn't believe me, so he sent you instead. That guy's a real jerk. Listen, I know what Justin Ayo believes, but he's wrong. My dad's not helping synths get away. I guess he could get into real trouble if they decide he's guilty anyway.
Do you know anything that might help me prove his innocence?
I don't know anything that would help. I wish I did. I wish everyone would just leave my dad alone. I mean, why is it such a big deal if a few synths escape? We have more than enough here.
Liam, I can only help if you're honest with me.
I already told you. I don't know anything about it. I guess I'll get out of your way then. I wouldn't want to interfere with your stupid investigation. Why can't a synth...
Well, we tried. Benet Quarters Terminal. I'm assuming there's something here. Let's take a look. Fancy lad snack cakes. Okay, doesn't make sense. I've run the diagnostics, quadruple checked the neural mappings, done comparative analysis of taste buds, tracked identity patterns. Hell, I've even gone so far as to simply ask several of them, and still I'm no closer to answer the question. Why do Gen 3 synths like to eat fancy lad snack cakes? I'm sure they have the capacity to experience taste. Every Gen 3 possesses the synthetic equivalent of all the requisite receptor cells, but why this and why all of them? Good thing it's physically impossible for a Gen 3 to actually gain weight and succumb to obesity. Wouldn't that be quite the Achilles heel? Humanity's most impressive technological achievement laid low by junk food. Well, that's funny. Oh, here we go. Remote synth retention main control. Error ID unknown. Error record deleted.
Always beats me.
Huh. Well, I guess we need to go and check the synth retention bureau again and see if we can't find something in there, because that is incredibly suspicious. So we're going to go and do a little bit more investigating and find out what's going on inside.
From what I hear,
pardon me, excuse me. Why do you guys always crowd inside the doorway? This is so annoying. Okay, is it in this one? SRB terminal. Let's see. Access logs. There it is. Okay. Just okay. Remote maintenance terminal 6 login. Got it. Okay, so this is another one that's outside. We are getting some leads here, and things just keep going back and forth, but eventually we will find out why all of this is happening. Okay, and before we head down there, I am actually going to stop for a second, because in the middle of all of that, I didn't draw attention to it too much, but we did actually unlock X6's dialogue. It honestly might have happened off screen. I don't remember exactly, but I do have the ability to talk to him, so let's do that.
You've done it, ma'am. You've crippled our enemies,
and secured a better future for mankind.
What do you think, X6? Where do we go from here?
I've been thinking about that. The Railroad and the Brotherhood have been beaten, but not eradicated. We're likely to encounter pockets of resistance from time to time, and we can't allow them to reorganize.
What do you think we should do?
We should be vigilant. If we spread ourselves thin trying to find them, we'll become vulnerable. Sooner or later, they're going to strike at us. When they do, we'll be ready. In any case, you should take time to enjoy your victory and honor your son's memory. That's what I intend to do.
Well said, X6. Well said. Anything else? No? Okay, get out of here.
Home now.
It's been an honor, ma'am.
So I'm going to actually let him walk away. He's going to head back into the Synth Retention Bureau, and as soon as he opens that door... Okay, now we can go. All right, so this next part, this is something that X6 is really not going to be a big fan of, and I'm actually going to quick save because this has a very high chance of not working. But we're going to head on in here, and as we go through here, we're going to round the corner and...
Come any closer. I'm sorry that you had to find me here.
What gun are you holding?
You're the one who's been helping the synths escape?
Me? No, I'm just helping. Justin was closing in and figuring things out. I offered to help so he wouldn't get caught.
Sounds like you're protecting someone.
I know Liam isn't really my son, but I've come to love him as if he were. He's so smart and so kind-hearted. All he wants is for synths to have a better life, to be free. I'm sorry. You seem like a good person, but I can't let you tell Justin that Liam is helping the synths.
I promise not to tell Justin. I'll keep your secret.
I believe you. I can see that you understand a parent's desire to protect a child. I'm sorry I had to threaten you. I guess I just felt cornered and panicked a little bit. I'm glad you're someone we can trust.
Okay. Eve trusts us. And, well, now we need to confront Liam. The terminal is good. We're not going to really worry about that anymore, so let's go and talk to Liam and see what we should do next after I grab all this stuff here. There's a very good reason I left X6 behind for that dialogue. If you pick that option, he hates it. He doesn't just dislike it, he hates it if you go with that option, which I think is kind of interesting. But I guess you can also argue that there is sort of a good reason why this is related to tradecraft, or at least the railroad as a whole, and that's because, well, this is helping synths escape. This is how they're getting out of here, and Liam is actually a part of this. But it's very interesting that it's related to tradecraft and not one of the much later railroad quests. I don't know. It's a bit odd. Liam?
Dad says I'm as good as he is with computers.
Let's talk.
You're the one helping synths escape. Why?
So you figured it out. Nice work. Nobody else down here could. I'm not surprised it took someone from outside. At first, I just wanted to see if I could get away with it. It was a challenge, you know?
Okay, that's
Then I
stupid.
realized the synths are really just like us, except without any freedom. I decided to help the ones that wanted to escape, so they can have a better life.
Eve was going to kill me to protect your secret.
What? I didn't think she cared that much about us. Not enough to hurt someone. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I made a terrible mistake. I didn't mean for that to happen, I swear. Look, now that you know, you have a choice to make. You could tell Justin. But I have a proposal for you. I want to frame Justin Ayo. Look, ever since Dr. Zimmer left, he's been out of control. He and his coursers have been pushing people around and threatening them to get what he wants. When he came after my dad, that was the last straw.
If he's as bad as you say, then he needs to go.
I know just what to do. Go to Justin's quarters and disable the security safeguards on his private terminal. I'll remotely plant evidence on it that'll make it look like he's the one helping the synths. Then it's bye-bye Justin Ayo.
I like it a lot. Yeah, it's really dumb that this is the only way that you can get this to happen and get rid of Justin Ayo. But, Yeah, this is definitely something that is very in character for somebody like Nora, and honestly, just in my case, I think this is the best way to go about it. I try to do this quest every single time I ever do an Institute run because Justin Ayo sucks, man. I mean, I wish I could do it to Clayton Holdren too, but like I said, he's kind of untouchable. He's just creepy and weird. Justin Ayo's an asshole, and he deserves everything that's about to come to him, so we're going to head on into his quarters, where I don't think anybody is. Can I take his stuff? I love how everyone's stuff is just free game here. But let's go into his private terminal and disable security safeguards. There we go. Return to Liam Brené. Your terminal's private data might be at risk. Oh, no. You're going to need a VPN. So I'm going to head up here. Actually, I should have gone this. This is probably the faster way to get through here anyway. I don't know why I went all the way down. Going across these tunnels is much, much quicker. Hi, Allie. I don't know what you're doing over here, but I'm going to head down here and now talk to Liam and see what he has to say about this whole situation.
I disabled the safeguards.
Way ahead of you. I've already accessed the terminal and planted the evidence.
When? How?
Good, huh?
You're a natural, kid.
Yep. Maybe one day, I'll even be head of the robotics division. Think of all the synths I could help then. I guess there's only one thing left to do. I'll tell my dad about how I think Justin Ayo's been secretly freeing the synths. I've got a motive for him, too. The way I see it, it's a play to make sure everyone depends on the SRB. Thanks again for your help. A lot of people will be happier with Justin Ayo out of the way. Especially my dad.
Absolutely. And plugging a leak is completed. Now, with that done, this is where I talk about the rest of the implications. So, first things first, this is why I wanted to get Political Leanings done, because Political Leanings is only a Justin Ayo quest. It's not a Synth Retention Bureau quest, it's a Justin Ayo quest. So if you're in the middle of Political Leanings, you will fail it by ousting Justin Ayo. It's just going to be over and done with. On top of that, with Ayo gone, or going to be gone, in fact, I wonder if he's already been expelled. I'm not sure yet. X6 is here. I don't see Justin anywhere. There is actually going to be a new head of the Synth Retention Bureau, and if I'm not mistaken, I actually don't know where she is, but it's that other lady, though. Is it you? No, not you.
Lucky to be alive.
I actually don't know where she is, but it's the second in command, the only other named character that you can find in this area that's not X6.
Mission on all counts,
I agree, X6. Why don't we get going?
Ready for the next mission, ma'am?
Absolutely.
Let's move out.
Right behind you, ma'am.
And we were able to avoid all of the negative implications that were going to come from that quest with X6 just by sending him off to the Retention Bureau. But yeah, Ayo should be on his way out. No problem. I don't think we can run into him, but I wanted to see if we could at least run into his second in command and maybe we could talk to her a little bit. But I actually don't know where she's at. It's probably also because of the time. So maybe what I can do is kind of reset the clock a little bit, and then we can go and check the Retention Bureau in a minute. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not a good time. So let's go to like 8 a.m., and I'm sure by then everybody will be inside their quarters, or, well, not in their quarters, sorry, in the respective divisions, back to work. And then we can also finally talk to Alan Benet and get that last quest turned in. Okay, now, where is she? She's got to be in here somewhere. Oh, there you are. Alana. Let's talk to her.
I still can't believe what Justin was doing. Now he's been banished, and I'm in charge.
Yeah, just like that?
Alana,
I'm glad you're here.
Oh, and then we also have this too. And actually, I don't think I've picked up this Radiant quest yet, but we're going to grab it anyway.
Scavenger teams. The bastards captured a Gen 1 synth. Our tracking shows that it's still functioning, but we don't have the assets to spare for a rescue.
I'll deal with those raiders.
I knew I could count on you. Take this transmitter. Give it to the synth when you find it. Report back when the raiders are gone, and I'll schedule the retrieval.
Well, thank you. So yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that tells you, hey, Justin's been banished, he's gone. You just get a little thing from Alana that's like, I just can't believe he was doing that, man. But the good news is that Alana is actually a lot more level-headed than Justin. She tends to be more middle of the road, which is always a good thing. I mean, Justin was a little bit too extreme in his methods, so you know what? I'll take the improvement. I think it's good. And I think that's a pretty happy ending to that whole situation. But now, well, we got a few things left. Not, honestly, a ton left. In fact, to the point where, and if I'm looking at our time, we probably should call this an episode because I don't really think there's anything else left to go on. But I think the next episode is going to be a little bit on the interesting side because there's not really a ton left for us to go over. I'm going to still kind of go over everything that I can with each of the different division leaders. We'll talk with each of them, see if we can get any other updates. Then we're going to probably just send this game off. But like I said, we got a few last few things to take care of. We got to go get like a hot plate for Sean and whatnot. We still need to go see Virgil. All these are things that I'm going to take care of in the next episode, because that is going to be the finale. Guys, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Let's Play Fallout 4. I hope you all enjoyed it very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.